Hey, what is up guys? GuitarRock here, welcome back to another Brown Dust 2 video. So let's talk about the Golden Coliseum. So I'm a bit late to this game mode has came out about 2 days, right? So I figured let's make a video and talk about this since we have got 2 days to be accustomed to what this thing is all about, what this new PvP is all about. Now, if you guys are not aware, right now, this is going to be a new addition to the game, and this is going to be something that you probably have to do every single week, alright? So this is going to be something that you have to, accomplish alongside with the extra PvP that we already have, right? So basically, this is the second PvP mode. We have the first one, which is going to be just the mirror walls right here, right? This is going to be a separate one, and then now you have this new content pack called the Golden Coliseum. Now, I'm not too sure if they are going forward with this approach or will they change it in the future, but for now this is going to be my first look or overview of this particular PvP content right here. As you guys can see, right, this is going to be a little bit different. Number one, you can basically use up to, alright, a total of 9 characters, right? So with 9 characters, you get a slight different flexibility right here. So you can see my face cam is blocking a couple of crucial things that perhaps might change depending on how it is, right? So the formation is going to be 5 by 5, and then we're going to have a 9 member right there, and you're going to have 100 weekly attempts. So that means you are required to do this 100 times, but not quite. I'll explain shortly, but it's maximum at 100 times per week, right? So these are going to be the stuff that I believe belong or fixed and can change depending on the season, right? So right now you can see there's action, random, first strike blessing. If you move first, you can get this 7 stuff. And then second strike blessing, if you move second, you get 9 points of this, which I'll explain what that does shortly. Alright, turn progression is all characters. Cooldown is disabled, SP is unlimited. Alright, that means doesn't matter how much SP a character use, this is going to be insane, right? If a character has high SP, it doesn't matter right here, or at least in this season. I have a feeling they might change it in the future, not too sure yet. Alright, chain reset, there's no chain reset, starting points is 1000 and death time turn. So, let's show you guys one battle and how this looks like. First up, you can see I'm finding an opponent. Alright, once you activate the battle, now it is going to be like a coin flip between you moving first or you moving second. So let's see. In this case, the enemy move first. Alright, I am moving second, right? So you can see it is going to be a turn base, alright? So enemy move one time, you move one time, enemy move one time, and you move one time. As opposed to the other content where basically we are going to be restricted to your entire team is going to move first, and then the enemy is going to move second, right? Ooh, Luvensha managed to get rid of that particular one right there. Damn, that Therese is tanky. Alright, that Therese is tanky. And for those of you who are not aware, they added this particular _3 speed. If you think like, the battle is like too slow, you can basically enable that. ×3 is going to make things a little bit much more manageable with this particular one, right? Holy, the enemy is tanky as heck. Okay, so we got Justia right there, boom. Okay, so one thing that you guys need to know, right? You can actually put the same characters in this particular game or this particular game mode, right? So if you want to, you can each character count as an individual character. You can see right here, I already have Blade right here, right? So if I want to put the second Blade, I actually can, right? So let's say I decided to go with the second Blade, and that's going to be it's going to allow me to do just that. Where is it? So this one, right? So let's say I replace a Grand Hilde with that, so you can see that's just going to work just like that. So you are able to put multiple separate costumes. It counts as individual characters right here, as opposed to like in most cases where they count in the other game modes, they are like combined together, right? So that's going to be how it is with this particular PvP mode. You can see right here, there's this first and second, right? Now, you're still using the same cast of characters in terms of your formation, but the difference between the first and second, basically who moves first, is going to affect your buffs. Now this is going to make what's interesting of this particular game mode, right? So this is the buffs overall. So let me go back a little bit and show you guys what the buffs is all about. So I am going to where do I do the buff thing? I guess the settings is right here. So you can see if you move first, you have the 7 points of blessing right here, and then if you move second, you got 9 points of blessing. Now what is this thing, right? Now these are basically perks or buffs that allows you to do different things in battle. You can configure how strong or what kind of offense things that you can get. For example, you can see I have this particular one. This one costs 3 points, right? Irremovable Blessing for all light allies, increase attack and magic attack by 300%. So I decided to use this one because I use a lot of light characters, right? For example, I use Olivia, I also use Sacred Justia in my PvP team. So this is going to be a significant improvement to buff. This one costs 3 points. So you can see, right, it's going to be up to these particular blessing points. So the combination of what I'm using right now is going to be this one. And then I have the power of agility as well, which is this one. For all allies, grants 1 guaranteed evasion at the start of turn 1. In my opinion, this thing is broken, man. So it is going to allow you to basically have a guaranteed evasion at 1 turn, but it is going to be just 1 guaranteed evasion. So it's not as broken as it sounds, because multi-hit characters, a character that can hit 5 times or something, will still be able to hit you on the second and third hit, right? So keep that in mind. And then the last one, I went with the Sharp Vision, which I believe is a crit rate buff. Let me see if I can find that, right? So there's a 2 cost this one, right? For all allies, increase your crit rate by 90%. So this has allowed me to not rely on buffers, right? So usually in most PvP, I would want to bring like Helena or Liberta, right? To basically try to come in and help buff my characters or buff my units. But in this particular case, it seems like it doesn't favor buffers. You don't need to use support characters as much. At least that's my first impression on trying to play this game mode. It seems like there's no need for you to use that, because you can get like all of this crit rate buff, or just right now I have like insane amount of buffs, like crit rate 90%. I also have like attack and magic attack increased by 300% for light allies, right? If I want to go even more, I can even get more. But as you can see, this is something to consider. Oh yeah, one thing to take note of regarding this PvP, preemptive skills doesn't seem to count, right? It doesn't work, because you can see you cannot activate preemptive skills as far as I know. So some characters like Gran right here might not shine as much. Like, she's really strong, right, in the other PvP, because she can basically apply this taunt to yourself, but right here, like, she just can't. So it is going to be how it is. So this is going to be my offense buffs. I have these 3 buffs going on. My defensive buffs, I went for something much more defensive, right? If I move second, I have this thing called the preemptive bash. Alright, this particular one. How do I just look at what I have? So I have this one that's 1 point, only increased by 75%, so I conserve a little bit. And then I also have, let me see if I can find it. Is there no way for me to just hold it from here and show it to you guys? So this one is, I thought this is pretty good, right? All allies grants a barrier that reduces damage taken by 40% at turn 1, alright? And then I have also the evasion as well. So these two helps a little bit with survivability. Alright, I also have this one, grants a barrier that reduces damage taken by 60%. So I got that barrier, that this one is a barrier that reduces damage taken. I guess it's pretty much the same. One is going to be, yeah, they are both irremovable blessings. So I guess you can sort of stack in a way, right? There's also this one, all allies increase damage dealt by 50% when attack an enemy with 90% HP or higher. I thought that was pretty cool. And then there's this, applies magic vulnerability to enemies. So because I run a lot of magic characters, this one is quite strong as well. So I'm still experimenting around, right? All allies increase attack and magic attack by 350% at the start of turn 2. Whoa, this is pretty insane. But I already used up all my points. I already got 9 points here, so I can only do so much of the combination. But you can sort all of these blessings depending on how it is. So there's 2 blessings that are like 4 points. All damage dealt to enemies become fixed damage. I thought that was pretty interesting, right? And also for all allies, all buffs cannot be removed by buff removals. So these are going to be the things that you have to like configure depending on what kind of setup you run, right? I do think that right now, for me, I'm just going with a bunch of high cost characters with big range, alright, because the range is going to be what's important. This is a 5x5 tile. You want to be able to hit as many characters as possible. So let me jump into one more battle to explain my formation, and then we're going to talk about the overview of this particular PvP as a whole, what you need to do every single week. So I'm going to be fighting this particular enemy right here. Alright, so you can see I am going to go first. So I am going with Olivia. So Olivia is very strong as an initiator. She's able to get rid of 5 of enemies already, right? So now I go with Leclis to taunt the enemy in case they want to go next. I don't think Rafitia is going to, you can see, right, the first hit for the Angelica missed right there. And there, Michaela has that cross tile, insane, right? So she is going to help you a ton with that particular thing, right? So that is this is pretty much my setup for the timing. I might change it, or they might have a much different approach to this particular one. So for now, you can see the number above my head. I've done about 30 times PvP, right? So what do you need to do right now with this particular edition? What is the point of this PvP? Do you have to do this? Is this crucial? Yes. So winning the battle doesn't give you anything. Alright, when you win the battle, it does not give you anything. There's no coins whatsoever, but you get coins by achievements. So you can see right here, this is what you need to do every single week, right? You want to get all of these coins given to you right here. So this is going to be what is required. You want to win 40 battles every single week. Alright, remember, you can do 100 times PvP every single week. So that means you only need to win 40 out of the 100, which is not too difficult, I guess. You can still have a lose ratio of 4 to 6, right? Every 10 battles, you win 4 and you lose 6, and you can still get all of the rewards right here. You want to get all of these coins, right? So you can see right now I'm missing the 100 coins. So basically you get about 900 coins, and this seems to reset weekly. 900 coins per week, right? So you can basically use these coins in this shop right here, right? So you want to buy, obviously you can see there's more draw tickets for you to be able to obtain. Now as far as I know, this shop reset monthly, right? So again, you get 900 coins per week. So 900, assuming 1 week has, 1 month has 4 weeks, right? 900 times 4, right? That's going to be 3.6, right? 3.6. You can definitely buy this easily. You can even buy the refining crystals. You can see all of these are monthly limit. You might not be able to empty out the shop, but there's definitely more things for you to buy, which I think is a good thing, right? So for me, I would definitely prioritize the draw tickets. The refining crystals is something that you always run out of. If you need the 5-star guarantee property selective draw ticket, you can get that, but this one is a little bit of a too much gamble in my opinion. I would probably get the ancient crystals or the awakening elixirs right here, depending on which one you need, right? Those are going to be the important one, but obviously getting 10 extra tickets every single week, in my opinion, is kind of a good thing, right? You can just max this out, do the 100 battles per week, and just go and just leave the game running for a little bit and come back in like 30 minutes or so. You should have done all the battles by then. So I do think that overall the game mode is pretty fun. It's like a very interesting concept. I'm not sure how they plan to change this accordingly, and also I'm not sure if there's any like, ooh, this is a very interesting formation, right? Okay, so the enemies start off with taunt. Oh shoot, they have a lot of damage reduction right here. Oh, this might be interesting. This might actually be interesting. Lethal, really? Now, I don't think you use buffers in this particular game mode, right? That's just generally from what I gather, there's just no need for you to. Yo, is that Yomi? Damn, Yomi. Oh, Hikage is really strong, right? Multi-hit characters are. Did that Hikage just die? No, it's still there. Okay, we are able to. Yeah, multi-hit characters, with the DOT and stuff. So as you can see, they're still fast forward if you like group battles together, right? Compared to you fighting just once. So it is going to be advantageous. But positioning, I guess, is always going to be very important. Everybody is going for that evasion at turn 1. You can see all the misses and stuff, right? Ooh. Wait, what? Wait, what was that? That counter attack AoE, is it? AoE counter attack. Okay, this is an interesting formation right there. I need to figure out what this guy is using in terms of the perks. You can sort of look at their what stuff they are using right here, right? This is going to be the stuff that they are. Wait, is this their stuff or is this my stuff? Power of agility. No, I think that's mine, right? But I do think that it's going to be quite interesting to see the strategy that players are going to be placing upon their team. But so far, I've seen some pretty interesting one. I'm still relatively low rank, right? But once I go higher, I believe I'll be able to find a more interesting strategy with more different approach of this particular one, right? Ooh, get that particular one. Yeah, I'm a big fan of Blade because she has very, very good range. I do recommend Blade over Venaka, unless you want to run like a Soul Magic team. Just because of the evasion is so strong, Blade is multi-hit, right? So that means you are able to sweep and be able to hit multiple other times, which can secure a little bit of extra damage that Venaka can't, because Pinnacle is just gonna get dodge, right? As a whole. So you can see if enemies don't run dodge or the evasion for turn 1, they just get obliterated in turn 1, man. I literally just one-shot like almost the entire team right there, right? So this guy runs 2 grand. Okay, I'm gonna get countered. Oh wait, I forgot that grand do not have taunt. Maybe I should remove Sacred Eustia, because Sacred Eustia is only strong if she goes in first, right? And I use Olivia to go in first. But yeah, there's a lot of different strategy that you can use. Look at that. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, man. That is what I'm talking about. Okay, so very interesting approach by the enemy right here. Zenith, eh? I wonder why Zenith. This is a very interesting positioning, right? Like that the enemy has placed right here. Okay, with the Hikage and stuff. So as you can see, I place 2 taunters in my team. One is Legless, one is Grand Hilde, and both I place all the way at the back, right? So if any enemy want to come in with like big AoE, at least I'm able to mitigate that with Grand Hilde right here, and I have Legless all the way at the left. So that is going to give me a little bit of like, you know, extra security. So right now I've managed to make it to Ruby 2. I'll probably like just sweep a couple more times and hopefully try to push even forward. But one more thing to note, right, is regarding the season rankings, which I didn't mention earlier. You also get additional coins, as you guys can see. This is going to be how it is. So depending on your ranks, you are going to get more of this thing that's called the Aurum coins to be able to buy things, right? Easily you should be able to get, like if you play consistently, you will be able to get diamond. I don't think it's that difficult, right, for you to be able to get that. Now going all the way to like you know, all of this 0.1%, this can be tougher, right? Because like Brown Dust 2, if you guys are not aware, the servers are all together, so you're fighting like Korean, Japanese players all at once. So it's going to be quite difficult for you to be in like a super high top rankings. But usually I try to strive and reach about Diamond to Sapphire. That's going to be about that. Sometimes I get lucky, I can push Master. I'm talking about the other PvP, right? But in this one, I'm not too sure. But if you can secure something around 1004, even right now I'm securing about 1003 of these Ruby coins. So that's going to help you to be able to buy this. So I did some calculation to basically check how pay to win, alright, is this particular game mode if you want to buy things from the shop. And surprisingly, it's quite free to play friendly. So let's assume, right, I'm just going to make an assumption that you are able to get above top 50%. Alright, let's say you are somewhere around here. Platinum, above top 50%, which is going to be basically you are better than half the players. You just by being active and participating in the PvP every single week, you are going to get 1,002 per season. Now, how long is one season, right? Apparently, right here it says it lasts for 2 weeks, right? So every new rules are going to be 2 weeks. I assume in 1 month, you will be able to get 2,400 if you rank right there. Now, of course, if you rank higher, that's better. You're going to get more coins. But you line that up with all of these achievements that you get. Again, this is 900 times 4 per week. So that's going to be 3,600 right here. So this is going to be the total of coins you can get. Assuming you're active, you play every single week, at least you don't even need to play. It's not even a weekly thing, you just do it all in one day, right? You can basically just do it on Sunday, for example, on weekends, right? Just sweep all the 100 battles. It's gonna win at least 40 of them, right? As you can see, that's gonna give you 6,000 coins. The Aurum coins right here. And let's see how many things can you buy from the shop. Assuming you have 6,000 coins per month, and this shop resets every month, right? So right now you can see we're going to be able to get the draw tickets easily. That one is going to be 2,000, all right? And then you get this one as well. This one's another 2,000, 2,000, 2,000, 4,000. You can actually buy this, and this if you want to, right? You can buy these 3 items, all right? Or you can buy this one, you can buy one of this instead of buying 2 of that, and then you can split up and get the ancient crystals or even the awakening elixirs. So I do think it is very, very manageable for a free-to-play player to be able to get stuff from the shop. At the end of the day, if you don't care about rankings that much, you just want to be able to buy items from this particular shop, it is going to be quite manageable, right? I don't think it's that egregious compared to some PvP systems that I've seen in other games. So that's going to be something that you can, you know, hopefully try to push upon in this particular game mode. So with that being said, that's gonna be it for this particular video. Let me know if you guys have any interesting strat, or if I miss anything out, let me know in the comment section below. But all in all, make sure you guys get all of these coins right here via the achievements. Get all of these, buy as many of these things as you can. I'm gonna buy some of the tickets right now. Alright, so again, this is going to reset monthly, so make sure you guys are doing this 100 times weekly. Just do all of this, right? So with that, I'll see you guys in the next one. Subscribe, give this video a like. Have a nice day. Goodbye.